Hey guys, thanks for clicking. This is just going to be a quick little video covering some of the issues I was finding with the lower triple end stem setup for this bike that turned into a big old brain buster, necessitating a full meltdown of Google to figure out what on earth I was looking at here. But stick around, I just wanted to kind of put this one out here for a kind of a filler for chronologically where the bike's at. So up next, I should be putting out more videos. You'll see a full fork rebuild, and then we'll go ahead and get the chassis back together for a roller before continuing on the rest of the project. But anyway, just want to put this in there for you guys so you're informed on some of the other things I face and just the overall progress and status of the bike. So I got just kind of generic updates here. I have, as you've seen, I've been ripping the bike apart, and tomorrow we're going to powder coat. So I'm going to bring a few items there, and I had intended to bring my snazzy triple, which I just smoothed, but once I pulled the lower bearing off the race, man, whoever put this thing on here before did one heck of a job. Ground it down that far. Can't hardly believe it. So I'm trying to find a new triple now, because that thing's just, while you could maybe use it, I guess, I'm not comfortable doing that. I want the bearing to stay in place, stay in shape. So anyway, that sucks. So I gotta find another triple. I have to go ahead and smooth that one again, drill it, tap it for those steering stops, and just kind of start over on it. As of now, I am, like I mentioned, I'm getting ready to go to powder coat, and I also am gonna have some components vapor honed, such as a lot of the cooling, like the cooling pipes for the engine, thermostat housing, my valve covers. And that'll give me a nice clean base to start with. So real quick, I'm gonna go ahead and pull the clutch cover off along with the oil filter cover, and I'm gonna have those vapor honed as well, because I might polish this, and if not, it might get painted or something like that. But it has corrosion and oxidation on it, so whenever you see that come back from vapor honing, it's gonna look like a brand new part. Stuff's really awesome. So anyway, I just wanted to kind of show that, so whenever we come back to like an engine episode, because I'm going to take this thing down pretty far, you'll understand why it was already off. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and pull that thing off now, and then keep compiling my parts to go tomorrow, and yeah, we'll be in business. So I've got all this steering hardware and fork hardware laid out on the table here. Let me tell you what an extravaganza this has turned into. So this bike, the CX, came to me, and it already had the GSXR front end on it. So this whole time I've been building around what I thought that it was. And what I thought it was a 2005-2006 GSXR1000 front end, okay? So whenever we got the bike, it already had a Cognito triple clamp, and that triple clamp had a specific part number on it. It was still in the package, so I hadn't tried to test fit it yet. Now, we looked at it, measured it and stuff, and I needed to have it drilled for risers. So I sent it to Cognito, and they went ahead and they actually just replaced it with a newer unit. But for a 2005-2006 GSXR 1000. So we get it back, and that's the triple clamp that you see here, the one I've been mocking up around, so no issues with this thing. Now, putting it on and taking it off, it's been like just slightly tight on the forks, like nothing weird, nothing too difficult. Fits the 28mm stem, no problem. And then the bearings obviously had already been, they were already conversion all balls bearings that fit the CX500, so I didn't really see any red flags until, as you've seen, I went ahead and I pulled this thing apart, and just seeing all this damage doesn't sit well with me, so I need to go ahead and replace this, right? Well, I start looking at it and taking measurements and doing some research on kind of what it was. And it's like, okay, the forks seem different than what the stem should be. So then I look into like the offset, and then the offset's not what the stem should be. And the offset matches, say, the combination that the fork leg should have, and the brake color and the everything like that. So it turns out that at some point somebody had pressed a 2005-2006 GSXR1000 Stem in here with a 28 millimeter upper bearing or collar size in a 0304 GSXR1000 lower triple. And the upper triple was also 0304, but it had it was drilled out in the top and it was all mangled and stuff, and that's why we originally went with a Cognito triple. So they had tried to mix match those parts and it didn't work for them. So this gets interesting because the 0506 has a 30 millimeter offset, whereas the 0304 has a 32 millimeter offset. So that misalignment was what was causing the top triple to not want to sit on the forks as easily as possible. This took me a while to figure out because nothing made sense. So anyway, it appears at some point somebody stabbed a different stem into this lower triple, which is unfortunate because I basically built everything around the stem, unfortunately. So this is all going in the trash can, and I already have a replacement 0506 triple and stem on the way, which I'll then have to smooth. I've already freaking smoothed this thing, and I'll have to remove the steering stops and do the same modification on that triple as I did to this one, which you saw in another video, I think episode 4 or something like that. But all the bearings I have, the top triple, everything will then be correct, thankfully, and we can knock that out. So once I get that triple, I can then go ahead and do all the work again to it. It should take me no more than a couple hours at the very most, and then we'll go ahead and take that to powder coat. Probably by the time we pick up all the other powder coating, and then at that point I should have the forks rebuilt, the differential painted and reassembled, and then we can get back to a roller really quick. But man, this was this is a brain buster on this one. Just trying to figure out what somebody else did, who knows at what point down the road in the past. Anyway, now we're moving forward, but today was pulling hair out. So anyway, that's where we're at. We got two happy doggos out here. Hey Ben, you want to smile at the camera? Mr. Ben. Okay, fine. Finally got a UPS shipment here. Triple update. Oh my god. So you can see the old one here, and then of course the new one. This is the correct model year. Oh, it fits. It's so nice. I had no idea I had no idea the other one didn't fit so much, because it didn't fight me anything more than, say, like a couple really old vintage bikes. But I guess that's just what you get with the tighter tolerance and machining that comes with advanced technology and stuff like that. Anyway, I can go ahead and I can modify this thing, smooth it, change the lower, or get rid of the lower bearing race for right now, and then drill it, tap it, and then I think tomorrow I'll try to get it over to powder coat. So it'll be another excuse to ride the Bandit, because I'm gonna ride that thing all day, running errands. It's gonna be great. So anyway, one hurdle leapt across. So continuing on.